My name is Winan Tsungu, the founder and the director of Nsobo Learning Academy. I would like to welcome you to our podcast, Mintiro Walabula at Nsobo Learning Academy. Nsobo Learning Academy is an institution which deals with trainings such as sign language training, facilitation, secretary, assess and moderation, coaching and mentoring, and early childhood development. In this institution, we are striving for the recognition of deaf people, fair and equal treatment, irrespective of their race, gender, or disability. Our main objective is to draw a numerous number of normal hearing people in South Africa to train in sign language so that they could be able to communicate efficiently and effectively with deaf people, that they could be able to engage in a short conversation with deaf people, to be able to communicate and socialize with them, to be able to offer assistance to deaf people. Today, on our podcast Mitoro Walabula, we're having a powerful guest. This guest is not just a guest. It's not just a normal person. It's extraordinary person. He's a marriage counselor, a former advisor to the registrar at TUT. He's the CEO of Dr Convey International Consultant. This man is powerful. It doesn't end there. He's the founder and the leader of a political party called ACO. Like I've said, he's a powerful man, a man of talents. He is a dean to students in one of the biggest universities in South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, help me to welcome Dr. Convey Baloyi from UNISA, University of South Africa. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you very much. Doctor, we are so humbled by availing yourself into our podcast. Believe me, you have graviated us by your presence today here. And we strongly believe that your presence here is going to assist a lot of people outside, because we know you are equipped, fully informed. But before we could set on with our today's interview, let me address deaf people out there. Because this new platform on our podcast, primarily we are focusing on deaf people. We are pushing and trying to address, to make deaf people to be heard by our government. Because as things look, it's like deaf people are segregated. They are not part of our society. They are not part of us. So allow me to address them, since our interpreter, our sign language interpreter, is not here today due to sickness.
No problem.
Was supposed to be here.
Sure.
Yes.
Wow.
What I was saying is that
Wow.
we, since you're here as a guest,
Yeah.
and you are a man, who is talented. As you know, I have mentioned in your introduction,
Sure.
there are so many things which you are doing.
Sure.
So we strongly believe that having you on our podcast, it will have an impact. It will assist people out there to see and realize the significance of sign language. So what I was telling them is that we as in Sobolini Academy, we know that deaf people or deaf community or deaf society, they've got a problem. When it comes, they've got many challenges. Should they go to police station in trying to open cases? Police, they cannot assist them. There is a serious problem.
Sure.
If ever it happens that one break the law and it goes to court, yet again you find that there are deficiencies of interpreters. So as a result, cases tend to be dropped, and by so doing, they're not getting a fair treatment. Again, when they go to hospitals as well, nurses they can't comprehend what the deaf people are trying to say, and as a result, they end up being diagnosed wrongfully. So that's what I was telling deaf people, that since the interpreter is not here today, it's not a problem. We are going to involve to talk about it, but later at the stage, then we'll get our interpreter to interpret whatever is going to transpire now.
Okay.
So now, Dr. Baloyi,
Yes. Wow.
please, I strongly believe that now you are being called doctor.
Yes.
And my understanding is that before the birth of the doctor as a title, there was another title. And that title, I believe, is Master. That is apparent. So who was Master Baloyi? Where were you born, bred and buttered? Please, doctor, indulge us.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you.
No, look, I was born in a village called Bungeni.
Yes.
Yeah, it exists on the map.
Thank you.
There's a village called Bungeni in a place, it's part of what used to be called Gazankulu.
All right, I see.
Gazankulu was
Is that in Limpopo?
Yeah, in the former Northern Transvaal.
Okay.
It was under a prime minister called Ntsanwisi, Hudson Ntsanwisi.
Yes.
So that's where I was born. I think on the way to hospital I was born, my mother was being rushed to Elim Hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, so by registration of Home Affairs I was born in Elim Hospital.
I see.
Yeah, it's a hospital that is in the area Tlanganani. It's totally abandoned.
Okay.
Totally abandoned.
Yes.
Yeah, it has a CEO, Chief Executive Officer. I'm not sure what is the job description of a Chief Executive Officer, but I've been there recently. It's totally abandoned. It looks like a shack. Yeah, it looks like there's been a whirlwind that came there. Sure, you know.
I see. Yes, yes.
Yeah. I'm not pleased with the way it looks like, but it's not a problem. I think I've realized that many hospitals in the country are looking like that. I mean, I've been in Tshwane for too long. That Garankwa Hospital today still looks the same way that I saw it. Actually, there are monkeys in the hospital now that are beating up patients.
To show the abundance that it's been abandoned.
Yeah, in Garankwa, there is also a very serious bed dumping area inside Garankwa, George Mukari.
Talking about George Mukari.
Yeah, George Mukari Hospital. I was there in 1991 and I could not walk straight because the roof is too short. That is still the case even today. So I'm just saying, I was born in Limpopo in such kind of environment, and I was born of a Tsonga speaking mother.
Wow.
Yeah, she has passed on, and
sorry for that.
A man was a vendor. So I carry the blood of a vendor and
vendor
a Tsonga.
Yeah,
I see. So my mother's surname is Mdaka.
Oh, okay.
My father's surname is Makananis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
very interesting.
Yeah,
so now,
so that's who I am.
And Makananisi, how does it?
Yeah.
Why you ended up being Baloyi, if I may ask?
No, you see, South Africa, it's awkward. very awkward in a sense that there are many people who are struggling with identification complex now because they grew up being told there are certain things you can't speak about. So people are not free.
I see.
So it's unlike me. I mean, I'm totally free. You can't stop me from freedom. You will die on your tracks. I'm totally free.
In trying to stop you.
So that is why I am branded as Dr. Convey.
Yes.
Yeah, it's because I don't want to be associated with identifications that I'm
Many
not.
identifications which is around you.
If you want to understand who I am, you must just understand I'm Dr. Convey, finish and
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
tell me then, while we are still on the issue of your upbringing,
yes.
were you at some point maybe what were the challenges actually
Yeah.
growing up as a child? Were you at some point finding yourself, looking after the kettles and all those kind of things? What were the challenges which they were there back then?
Yeah, no, I don't think there were challenges. I mean, life is like this in my case.
Okay.
I don't live life on the basis of what will happen. I live life on the basis of what I know and what I'm busy with now.
Correct.
Yeah, so that I don't worry about what will happen. It's none of my business what will happen. The Bible says, do not worry about tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow has got its own problems.
Yes.
So I live based on what I've learned and what I'm busy with. So what happened during my childhood?
Yeah.
It was not a frustration. It was what was there. I didn't know anything else except my village.
I
will go if there was an opportunity to go and take care of animals, domestic animals, I will do that. If there was an opportunity to sell snuff, I will do that.
Yeah,
If there was an opportunity, to attend Manchomani, I will go there.
Wonderful.
If there was an opportunity to go to
quite interesting, eh?
to a church, Gubu,
Yes.
I will go there. I will go anywhere, whatever was available, I will go. If there was Mbelele, Mbelele,
What is Mbelele now?
it's a ritual which is done by older grandmothers.
Okay.
Women only.
Yes.
When there's no rain in the village.
No man is involved there.
No man is
Only
involved.
women, yeah.
When there's no rain in the village.
Yes.
Older women will become half naked or naked.
Oh, I see.
And then all of you must hide in
Half
your
naked,
room.
just like almost the
Half
same thing
naked or
which the
naked.
Zulu people are doing. Is that so?
No, this is different.
Different altogether.
It's done by Tonga speaking people only.
Okay.
It's called
It's done by
Mbelele.
us. Yes.
Mbelele.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go to grandmothers, go out and cry to whoever. I don't know whether to God or whatever, but they move around the village half naked or partially naked
I see.
or naked. They speak to I think they appeal
Yeah.
to God
They communicate,
for
yeah,
rain.
good, yeah,
But you must totally hide yourself in your room. You don't look at them.
And does
And
that
then at the
eventually the rain comes down?
The power of faith. You see the power of faith.
Okay.
The whole village is told if this happens,
Yes.
rain will come. So you
And
agree.
certainly because you have got you
agree.
believe,
Yeah.
yes, you've got
So I've
faith.
witnessed such kind of things in my life, and I've seen. I've been in situations where you will go to the bush and take care of domestic animals.
Yeah.
And you will see the power play amongst boys that they will do something. You put leaves in your fingers, you close like this, and then you cut them. And so whoever picks the one that is cut will take care of the what you call. So those who were wise, they will cut all of them.
Yeah.
Whichever you pick, you are taking care of the what you call. So there were many things that were happening, but when I look at them, they were the PlayStations of our time.
Yes. Because now, while you're still on that, there's one thing I could, vividly remember now.
Yeah.
There was this, game we used to call it hide and seek.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Stumbelelan. Yeah.
Apparently, you played that.
No, I've played that.
So tell me something here, Doctor. While you were playing that, because I know that, we will give ourselves, the positions and all those kind of things. Now we become the head of the family, blah, blah, blah. And by so doing, we're kind of like, paving our way, preparing ourselves to become men.
Yeah.
So in your situation, while you were playing those games, what was your position?
No, I was a coach.
Were you just, a child from this, game or the head of the family?
I enjoyed two positions, coaching and spectating, because I didn't want to be injured.
Or you were playing safe,
Yeah, I didn't want to be injured, so I will coach and spectate and learn.
Yes.
Learn strategies and learn how people are winning or losing.
Yeah.
So I've played Stumbelela and I've played Toba Toba. And
Yes,
I've
I see
played,
this. Yeah, I
I've
see those,
played
yeah.
doggies, you know,
Yes,
doggies,
I know that. Yeah.
Lubeka and
Yeah,
all these
yeah.
things. Yeah.
No. Very interesting, Doctor.
Sure.
Very interesting.
Sure.
It seems to me that you have really elevated yourself very well academically.
Sure.
Looking at your background,
Yeah.
what you are now, narrating.
Yeah.
Apparently, from that side, it's kind of like, you grew up in a disadvantage, a setup.
Sure.
Meaning that it becomes, a futile exercise for one, to elevate,
Yeah.
to be where you are today.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you happen to be an advisor to the registrar
Yeah.
at TUT. But before that, just tell us which tertiary institution you have attended and what course have you done?
Look, I've been a student to 3 institutions successfully, locally.
Yeah.
I've been a student at the Technical Northern Transvaal.
Okay.
I became a student at the Technicon Northern Gauteng.
Right.
And I became a student at TUT. It's one institution.
So I know it's one institution, that one. Yeah, it's
So
way
I'm
back.
just
Yeah,
showing
they were
you-
changing the names.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, but they were also changing processes and all such things. And also the times were different. So
Yes.
I've been a student in that institution, which is one now. It's part of it's part of TUT.
It's
I've been
TNG
a
now.
stu-
Yeah.
I've been a student for Technicon South Africa. Before it became part of University of South Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a TSA.
Oh, yes. I remember. Yeah.
I did my studies until to higher diploma that time.
I see.
Because they were not offering degrees.
I see.
Yeah, I've been a student at the University of South Africa. That's where I've done my PhD.
I see.
And I've done my masters. I also have done a certificate on
Before
total
we
management.
could come to that, please
Yeah.
don't unpack that. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Now, while you were still at TUT as an advisor to the registrar,
Sure.
primarily, what was your primary responsibility?
Yeah.
What were you actually specifically doing as a?
Yeah.
What does an advisor to the registrar means? What were your responsibilities?
I was making sure that no student is excluded. That was my business.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
University is a place where students must come and learn.
Yeah.
And pass.
I see.
So my job was to make sure that no student is excluded. In my time, very few students were turned back. Whether you qualify.
So you were kind of
not.
like their voices, right?
No, I was not only a voice. I was making sure it happens. I can't just be a voice. I make things happen.
Practical.
So I was in charge of the registrar's office.
I see.
Yeah.
I think I remember.
Yeah.
Which one is my camera? Which one is my? So for that, which one is my camera then? Dr. Baloyi, tell me, do you remember this?
Yeah.
Let the viewers how they see. Can you capture it, cameraman? Yes. That's the one on the right side.
Yeah.
On a tie, right?
Yeah.
It's him, Dr. Baloyi.
Yeah.
And in the middle, it was myself.
Yeah.
And on my left is this other guy as well.
Yeah.
We're all coming from Limpopo as well.
Yeah.
So I was studying them myself, doing marketing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we were in his office.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah, there are many photos like this. There are many memories like this.
Yes.
I also have this one.
You also got this one.
Yeah,
Lovely.
there are memories like this because my aim, even now, the reason it's even now I'm having a lot of students countrywide that I'm guiding and taking care of. It's because I cannot be limited to one institution. I have a mandate to make sure that any human being who is in this country, in the continent, in the world. If I know you, you must know that you are in a positive trouble. And that trouble is that you must become what God wants you to become. And nobody must stop you from becoming that. You see, that's why when you talk about deaf people, deaf people, I get fascinated.
Absolutely.
Because these are some of the people who are raped.
Please hold on there.
You see?
Don't unpack it yet, please. Now I would like you to take us through yourself being a CEO of the Consulting International.
Yeah, so it's called
What is
Convis.
all about that?
It's
What
called,
is happening there?
What happened is I've made sure that my services, my skills, my talent, my gifts, and also the experience I have internationally, accumulated internationally, I package it into a service.
Okay.
So that it's a legacy that gets built beyond my activities.
Okay.
Yeah, so I service any human being with regard to psychosocial aspects.
Yes.
Psychological aspects,
Yeah.
intellectual aspects, gifts and talents, and also relationships, legal, business, and also social relationships. So I deal with a human being
Yes.
from top to bottom.
So I was right actually to say that you are kind of like a marriage counselor as well, because I remember
Marriage is part of relationships.
Correct, 100%.
So I deal with love relationships. Because marriage, it's useless without love. So I deal with love relationships, and I deal with legal relationships. I deal with business relationships. I'm presiding now as a president of China Business Forum.
Yeah.
So I deal with business at a high level. So I coach businesses, but I don't only coach. I mentor people. I consult for people and all these kind of things. So it's called Convis Consulting. If you want to look at it, you go to www.convis.com.
Okay.
It's a personal domain.
Okay.
Yeah, you can look
Oh,
at
it's a
that.
personal domain.
Yeah, it's a
Yes.
personal
Oh,
domain.
okay.
I'm
Great stuff,
independent
yes. I
from
see.
stories.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I don't want stories in my life.
You do your own things.
No, I'm
Yeah.
independent and
Yeah.
I serve. I'm independent
see.
and I serve. So you can connect through that. You can use my number to get advice, and then I'll take you through a process and we'll move forward. Everyone must be independent, but be a blessing to other people. There's no reason for traffic in our life.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it does. We provide solutions to human beings.
I see.
Nobody must sit at home and say, I am not working. Hey, I am disadvantaged. Hey, I'm poor and what. No. The minute you are able to say it, it means you can conquer it.
I think, on the next lecturing, I must avail myself. I have received, the numerous, invitation, and unfortunately, I had a tight schedule.
Sure,
but this time,
sure.
believe me, I have to attend to that.
Better do that.
And now, I understand that there is this political party called ACO.
Yeah.
This party, I understand it was formed way back in 2018.
Yes.
What is happening here, actually? What are your ideologies?
Yeah.
Because I have just seen, I happen to see that, in some of the things you are proposing, you are saying that if ever you happen to get an opportunity to be given power to govern South Africa, one of the things which you would like to change is actually to bring back the death penalty.
Yeah.
Secondly, also you said the death penalty in a sense that the people who kills others, the people who do or commit like the abortion.
Yeah.
Then also those people they should be taken care of under this law of what do you call this one of you saying bringing back this
death penalty.
The death penalty, yes, under that one.
Yeah.
So I just want to understand it fully from you, because you sound to be very vocal and very firm about that, to say that also you will condemn the marriage between the people of the same sex.
Yeah.
So may you please just take us to tell us what your ideologies, what is it that you could do different and all that.
You're raising four things from your question.
Yes.
First of all is the identification of the political party. So it is true. I have established a political party in South Africa freely and fearlessly. I owe nobody an explanation. I mean, we have to serve. And the purpose for that is that we want to make sure that South Africa becomes a nation where everything that is done is for the benefit of citizens. You see? And together with the citizens, we must make sure that South Africa is the best. And it's highly possible. In fact, I can tell you as a commercial student that there is no government today that can tell me it's impossible to have 100% employment in South Africa. The reason they are saying it's impossible is because there is a lot of ignorance. Number two, selfishness. Number three, greed. Or
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
greediness,
There's a
yeah,
lot.
yeah,
There's a
yeah.
lot. Listen to me. There's a lot of resources, and I'm not talking cash. I'm talking resources. Yeah. So South Africa can absorb every person who's above 18 and before the ages of 70 in a workplace by being a worker or being an employer. It's highly possible. It can only happen when you are led by a selfless, free, loving leader.
People,
Yeah, not
yeah.
not the person who's really
Not just like an
you
ordinary
know,
person. Yeah.
winner. To be a billionaire does not mean you're successful.
Okay.
It means you've got money.
Okay.
There's a difference between success and having money.
So how do you define
To have
success then?
mentions, to have mentions and 20 mentions does not mean you're successful.
And what's your definition
No,
for success?
success is when you make sure that what you have become,
Okay. Yourself.
others also become.
Okay.
The good that you have become,
Okay.
others also become. So if I'm educated, people that are ready to become normal, they must also be educated. If I'm a leader, others must become leaders. Yeah, no one must really brag about, I have more money than this one. That is stupidity. Yeah, you must brag about, I am fellowshipping with others. I can come to this person and say, let's eat, and then they produce food, we eat together. Life continues.
Unity.
What you are good at, I must benefit from.
Absolutely.
And what I'm good at, you must benefit from. So ACO exists in order to really do something that has never been done before. Let me emphasize, something that has never been done before.
Okay.
You can count from 1912 until today, 2020. What ACO will do in South Africa has never been done before. Let me tell you one of the things that has never been done before.
Take us through, yes.
South Africa has never been crime-free.
Yes.
There's never been zero-based crime. And ACO will bring a zero-based crime. Let me tell you how.
Yes.
You know, there is no criminal. There's no criminal who is afraid of jail.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No, jail.
Okay. They regard it as a comfort zone.
Jail will never solve crime in South Africa.
Yeah.
There's no criminal who's afraid of jail.
Okay.
There's no criminal who's afraid of police.
I see.
There's no criminal who's afraid of court and prison. Criminals
What
are
then the criminals are afraid of?
Criminals are afraid of death. The only thing that will end crime in South
Listen to the doctor, what he's saying.
No, you can interview any criminal. They are not afraid of anything. They are afraid of death.
Wow.
So I want to tell you, platform now that
Yes.
if South Africa give me an opportunity
Yes.
with leaders that are available in the country to lead this country for 6 months,
Yes, just only for 6
we'll
months.
give you a crime-free South Africa. And one of the things is that I will tell you that
But then,
anyone who commits crime,
Yes.
if they commit crime in the borders of
Yes,
South
yes,
Africa,
yeah.
they are going to face death.
Oh, yes.
We'll kill them.
Oh,
No, not stories.
actually, you
we'll
have
kill
answered
them.
my question because
No.
I wanted to know what exactly triggered
No.
you to say that you want to bring back the death
No,
penalty.
I don't want
So-
any lady, I don't want any human being in South Africa to be afraid of being a citizen here.
Wow.
I mean, why must women be afraid of walking around free without bras and whatever? A person was naked from birth.
So
I mean, go
that
and
is
read-
nothing to
go-
you.
Go,
Yeah.
go and read Genesis chapter 1 and 2. A person was naked from birth. The only thing that brought this thing out, you are now chasing after physical outlook
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
like, you're
yeah,
worrying
yeah.
about clothes. It's because of sin. You know?
So in ACO's view, that is
ACO
nothing. It's not something which to worry about. One could worry about.
Government is not supposed to worry about minor things. Government must take care of the people. The first thing I want to do for this country is that we want to stop crime. 99.
Okay.
100% zero-based crime. You steal from government of South Africa, we will punish you. 99.
And eye to eye.
No, it's not
Yeah.
an eye to eye.
Yeah.
It's discipline. Eye to eye, you know what is happening? It's what, for example, they do in other parts of Africa, where when you rape, they cut your penis.
Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is eye
Certainly.
to eye. I'm
Yeah,
not talking
yeah.
about that.
Okay.
I'm saying you come to someone's house while people are asleep, and you break in there.
Yes.
And you steal.
Yeah.
When we catch you, we punish you to a point that you will reward. No, I'm telling you, you vote for ACO, the first thing you will benefit. 6 months, we stop crime in South Africa. And there's no process. Hey, there must be this. You lead. I'm telling you before you vote for ACO. When you vote for ACO, no more negotiation. We stop crime, number one. So it has never happened.
That's the first priority.
Since 1912 until now. Why is it the first priority? If there is crime in a country, you can't do business. You spend a lot of money on security fees. You must hire a barbed wire, electric fence,
Because you're living in
electric
fear.
gates,
Yes.
guns, remote controls, cameras. When will you
You're
make
quite right,
profit?
yeah.
When will you make profit?
While you are still spending money on those
Yes.
things. Yes. Yeah.
So business people who are listening to me, if you want to be free from this issue of scratching your head
Yeah.
until you become bald-headed,
Yes.
vote for ACO. Come and support ACO openly. It doesn't matter whether you are in what political party. If you are in a political party and you are afraid to come to ACO, it shows that you are under a cult. You know, be free.
So
That's the
now,
situation.
yeah, I think
So
that is well
the
received.
issue.
Yes.
Let me clarify the issue of abortion.
Absolutely, that's what I was coming to.
I am.
That because women, that is mainly
Let me use
for
my
women.
example.
Yes.
Let me use my example. Whether you like it or not, let me use my example. I was not born from marriage.
Yes.
I was born from a mjolo. My father came
You born from what?
Yes.
From John.
I can defend my mother now. My mother was very beautiful
Yeah.
and
yes.
pretty.
Right.
And
Wow.
the man who met him was working on a furniture shop.
Yes.
And he was charming ladies in the area, and my mother was vulnerable because she had been divorced due to traditional issues.
Yes.
She wanted to have a home.
Yeah.
And when she was now trying to move on with life and build, she fell in the hands of a man who never meant it.
Yes.
When he said he loved her.
Yeah.
And then they made love, and she was
Then
pregnant
that's
with
why,
me.
yeah.
So here's the issue. My mother could have been disappointed and aborted
Absolutely,
me.
yeah.
So I'm
I
not
can
talking
see where-
about other people.
Yeah,
I'm talking about me.
I see.
So I'm saying protect the child and protect the mother. If you are a caring government, you must not condemn people. You must say if you happen to fall pregnant because of
I think it makes sense. Eh?
yeah, because of wrong promises. If you fall pregnant because of rape, whether gang rape or direct rape, if you fall pregnant because of molestation or incest or something in the home that went wrong, I'm saying as a government under ACO, you must not kill the child. And even you as a mother, you must not go psychologically disadvantaged. You must not be admitted in vet.
Be encouraged to keep that baby.
Come to the ACO government. And in fact, even now, people can come to me. What we will do, we will separate you meaningfully from the child, take care of you, and then take care of the child. And then help you to really move on with life until you are able to take different decisions. By the time you are able to take a decision, the child is safe. And this child is not being taught things that makes them to hate you. And you are not being taught things that make you to hate the child. No, you are being given life and you go on. When you reunite by grace in the future, you can now celebrate life. Because why must you kill? Killing a child that has not decided
An innocent child, yes. Yeah.
I mean, it's not right. So for me, abortion is a zero issue. And the reason it's happening in South Africa is amongst other things, is that my mother could have been angry and aborted me. I spoke to my own mother and I realized. So I don't know about other ladies. I can't speak on
She
their
was so
behalf.
gracious, you know.
Yes,
yeah,
I can't
she did a
speak.
very good work.
Yes.
I mean, end of the day.
So today I'm sitting here.
Yeah, as a doctor, a lot of people are getting,
Yes,
assistance
so
from you.
imagine how many other people who could have been very good counselors, they've been aborted.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they could have been good politicians, they've been aborted, and then what have we kept?
Yeah.
We have kept people who really are useless.
Yes.
Yeah, so nobody must be killed through abortion, but at the same time, we must take care of the lady that is going through an emotional problem because of whatever might have happened to them. No child must be taken through a plastic bag to a dustbin. I mean, that is evil. Bring if you don't want your child, bring that child to me. I'll
to you or to ACO?
To me.
Oh, okay. To Dr. Baloyi. Yes.
I am Dr. Convey before I am ACO.
Yes.
ACO is a platform where all of the people who want to make South Africa the best are coming together. And I'm inviting anybody, young and
if
old.
I may ask, how many members ACO it's holding?
I don't count. I don't count people because when you count, you start to do this thing of seeing people as an item and number. No, I'm saying
His answer is a politician. He's very smart.
For as long as you are a
That's a
South
dark and
African.
dark.
Yeah, no, but the fact is, politics.
Hey, he vex, eh?
No, but politics.
What is it, please? Eh?
No, but
He's very smart, eh?
yeah, but politics is not like a classroom where you take a register. People must follow a vision.
Yeah.
And if you fumble tomorrow, they must tell you and leave. If you're doing well, they must stay with you. So,
Yeah.
so members of African Covenant, ACO, is the whole South Africa. Whoever really loves this country and really are free, they are not being tormented by T-shirts and stipends and loyalty to nonsense. They must come to ACO. Let's build South Africa, and I am telling you, winner, you will see things that you've never seen since 1912.
You sound very strong, very firm, very sure of your story when it comes to your party, ACO.
Yes.
You haven't been tested yet. But then what makes you that, what gives you that courage? What makes you to feel that, that you're ready? Because the way you are talking is like you are ready. If you could be given that opportunity tomorrow, you'll be able to govern.
We are.
What tells you that you are ready?
You know what?
Because you haven't been tested.
What makes... No, we have been tested.
How?
2019, we participated on the election. If you go to the ballot paper of the IEC,
yes,
we participated without campaigning or advertising too much. And we got 7,012 voters, according to the statistics on the dashboard of what they call, and 12 people from international countries.
Really? From international?
Yes, yeah, go and check statistics.
I remember
without advertising, without spending a lot of things. We just announced. We were announcing.
So just imagine if you had advertised.
So you see the difference between ACO now and ACO that you want to see is that there are majority of people who've got money, but they are afraid to bring it to ACO because they will lose their current businesses and tenders and whatever. And that is not within my space.
I once had, this person, his name is Seseni from Guyana. That guy was leading this organization. I think it was a former Shimoko.
I know him.
Which was led by, our former Prime Minister, Ntsanwisi. He was talking the other day on the radio station to say that, there is Dr. Baloyi, and then you once met them and all those kind of things. Seemingly you were intending to form some sort of a coalition. Yeah. So how that one worked?
No, we have not met and finalized.
Oh, okay.
No, we wanted to meet, and then we were caught up, all of us, by other things.
Oh, okay.
Look, I'm not interested in political parties. Let me put it clearly. I'm interested in South African citizens.
Okay.
So anyone who's a citizen and they've got the leadership skill.
Yes.
In ACO, we don't fight for positions.
Okay.
There are many positions in this country.
I see.
Yeah, we just come. So even them, both Sisen and others, they are welcome to call me.
Yes,
and then we'll form a powerful team of leaders.
No, absolutely.
And avail ourselves to serve. The only thing is that I won't compromise on my principles. Okay. My principles is that I don't want to partner with people who are having who are a second-rated minded politicians from these political parties that have been existing, which are just running after rallies and making people cabbage and beds on stadiums and what worshipping one person. No, I have South Africa to govern, and South Africa include the deaf people.
Absolutely.
South Africa include blind people.
Yes.
South Africa include people who cannot even be at the stadium.
I'm with you.
South Africa include people who are on wheelchairs.
100%,
South Africa include a lot of people. We need a leader who can, without being toyed to, can already be. Let me give you an example. Are you aware that criminals are far advanced than police?
How?
And the Minister of Police. No, they are far advanced. They know where they will be hitting next week, but the police, the Minister of Police and the police, they don't know where will criminal hit. Then intelligence that is in the
but they've got an intelligent department in a president's office, which works. Their primary responsibility is just to. Is it not?
You mean the government?
Yes, the government.
No, government is national intelligence.
Yes.
Let me explain to you. They work like auditors.
Okay.
Yeah, they follow people they have now discovered. So you'll find that, for example, they are taping me and following me because they now know me. Criminals deal with you without you knowing that they're dealing with you. They dealing with things that you don't know.
That's why they are always behind. They're always chasing them. By the time they leave,
criminals are ahead of technology.
Criminals are already gone.
Criminals are ahead of technology. They hit you when you least expect. Police, when they come to you, they come with a siren. Wow, wow,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. Yeah.
Who
How could
will
you do
wait
that?
and
I
say
mean,
they are
yeah.
coming?
Like
So-
you have already alluded to the fact that criminals, they are scared of death.
Yeah.
So once they hear that siren,
They go,
the
they
death
go.
is coming.
They go.
Then they just
Yeah.
you simply run away.
So that's the
Yeah,
situation.
Doctor,
But
you have
you
already
answered-
answered to. I want you
you
to
asked
answer
4 questions.
Yes, I want you to answer the issue, the question of people with same sex.
Yeah, so I
think
want
that's
to,
the one
I want to
outstanding
come
now.
to that. I wanted
Yeah.
to say, government is not supposed to manage marriages and choices of people. I mean, you can't manage how a person must cough.
Okay.
How many times must a person eat? I mean, that is not my territory.
Yeah.
If a person wants to marry another man, I mean, it's not my territory. I mean, that is not a work of government. Let me repeat. Government must not sit in offices and legislate who must marry who. It's none of government's business.
Okay.
It's a personal choice. Even God himself said, whoever wants to do certain things that are according to them, God says, I hand you over to your decisions.
Okay.
So who are you to manage me? You will end up managing me. How must I control my steering wheel when I drive?
So what is your standing position regarding this issue?
I'm not interested.
Okay.
I'm not interested.
Because I've seen you have listed it in as some of your proposals.
No, I'm saying we will support the values of family.
Oh, okay.
And family for me, it's where there is God Almighty, Jesus Christ,
Okay.
Holy Spirit, and a man, male person, man, M-A-N,
man. Yes.
who can now divinely find a woman.
Okay.
Yeah. A man must find a woman.
Divinely.
A man divinely means wisely, ability. I found a woman in my wife. So divinely, you must find a woman. Together, you must enjoy love.
Okay.
And in the process of enjoying love, you build a home.
Okay.
God may bless you with children. Children are not a must. There are people who will die without kids.
Yes,
it's not a curse. You get my point? But you can't be a man and not find a woman with whom you can enjoy love. You see? This thing, you wake up in the morning and think, which woman must I go to? Women are not restaurants. You must have a woman who's solid. You know, this one, I wake up to this one.
Hey, this doctor can talk you.
Understand? Yeah. When I wake up in the morning,
it's perfect, man.
yeah, you play lot.
Yeah.
You play lot and say, which woman must I go to? No, we don't live like that. You must reach a stage when you are a man where you can say, now I have found a woman of my life. And then you begin to build a home.
Yes.
That is what I advocate for.
Okay.
And that is the one that I know. I can't deal with things I don't know. I've never been in a love relationship with another man, and I'm not interested. And I'm not interested. So I can't advocate for things I don't know.
Things which you don't have
And I'm
experience
being open and honest. If someone is angry at me for being open and honest, then they must really hang themselves. I mean, why must
Go and die.
It's my own life. You have your own life.
Mind your own business.
Yeah, I'm not against anybody. Those things are in the hands of the Lord. I mean, I'm interested in every human being.
So you're saying
Must have a good life.
Akko, as we speak, if it happens tomorrow,
We'll
that we
govern
say
this nation.
giving you
We'll govern this
are ready.
nation.
You are ready.
You'll feel like sleeping on the lawns of Union Building, worshiping God. Yeah, we'll govern this nation. Nice. I mean, why must you have a lot of money and you spend it on non-human issues and you fail to take care of human beings? I mean, that something is twisted in your mentality. I went to school to study in order to be a benefit to society. So I'm ready to benefit my society, and there are many people who are like that.
Wonderful. Tell me something here, doctor. When we started, I said way before there was a birth of the title doctor.
Yeah.
You were master.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Now I want to check with you.
Sure.
How did you obtain a doctorate? You got your doctorate by reading, studying, or you got your doctorate just like the same way which Dr. Majuli obtained his doctorate from art and culture. You got your doctorate as being honored to you. Were you honored, or you have just went to school and studied?
No.
Because
I've gone through,
unless otherwise you find that you are in the same class with Dr. Majuli, you were just honored. What happened? How did you obtain your doctorate?
Yeah. So I went to school. I studied. Yeah. I went to primary school, higher primary, secondary school, high school, university, and I studied until I received what is called PhD.
Oh, okay.
Doctoral degree.
Okay.
Yeah, from the University of South Africa. It's not honorary. I have written my thesis. If you Google,
Oh, you're not honored.
no,
It's not honorary,
it's not honorary. I will not move
Nothing
around.
to do with Department of Art and Culture.
No. I mean,
That you were so good to people, to the community.
No. I will
you
not.
can sing good. You can entertain people.
Let me
It's
talk
not
to
bad.
let me talk to people who are younger than me,
Okay.
who really want to make it in this life. If you are younger than me, please listen to this.
Okay.
Go study and earn your accolades. Yeah, go study and earn your belts.
Yeah.
And then enjoy the beauty of knowledge. You know, knowledge that you excavate, it makes you a better person. And you can defend it, no one will take it away from you, and the like. So I have studied, and I'm enjoying studying. And then that is why I cannot be oppressed by ignorance.
Yes.
That is why I cannot be oppressed by
Do you hear it, guys?
hearsays.
Do you
and
hear
the
it?
like.
The doctor is talking here.
Yeah, I can't be oppressed
Yes.
by ignorance. And I told you earlier on, to be free does not mean to have a lot of money only. It means to also be withdrawn from depending on what will people say
Yeah.
about you, and those things
and
don't
be
work.
independent.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I've studied
Independence, yeah.
and I've ended. I've graduated. If you go to the records of TUT, you'll find my name there on the graduation booklet.
Okay.
And also the academic records. I know what it means to fail and to succeed.
So this doctorate is not by fluke.
No,
it's not the honorary
it's not
one. Eh?
By the way, honorary doctorate, you
Yeah.
don't have to go around be called a doctor if you are honored.
Oh, okay.
You only get.
You don't boost with it.
No, you are not. When I honor you
Yeah.
and say you are Dr. Tsungu,
Yes.
you only get recognized as Dr. Tsungu when you are in my space.
Only when I'm in your space.
Yes.
So I can't go to
That's why-
Diani
No, you are not-
at Sianani village and say, yes, look, I'm back, you know.
No,
I'm a doctor now. I must just,
If-
proclaim myself as a doctor in your presence.
If the community of Siandan has got a academy and they bring you through processes
Yes.
and they recognize you as a doctor, they give you an award. When you are in Siandan, you are Dr. Tsungu.
Only there.
But when you go to Kamaswangani, you
I'm
are
not a doctor.
Nelson.
Yes.
You are Nelson.
Done.
It's not the title, it's an honor. You get my point?
Do you hear, guys?
Yeah, it's an honor.
What do you think, Chris? What do you think? The doctor is talking here. What do you think?
Yeah.
Guys, you hear it, Macbeth?
Yeah.
Are you getting something here? Blessing.
What?
What is your take, man? The doctor is talking here. Do you want to say something?
No, not really. I can't say anything, but what I can say is that it's very smart. And everything that you've been saying, it's really, it's something that I'm really absorbing and saying.
Amen.
Good stuff. Yes.
I'm gonna live with this. I'm gonna watch this again, and I can't really wait for the world to see this.
100%.
So it's very important.
Yes.
Yeah, and I want to tell you something. If you accept your life to be used as a tool, display of shame, where people make you to become things that you know you are not, you are delaying yourself by decades, because by the time you recognize that they were using you,
Yes.
and you are not what they were using you for, you will be very old, and that time stress will deal with you.
Yeah.
So I want to encourage people,
Yeah.
withdraw from fake popularity and work smart and harder to become what you must become. Nobody can take out the fact that I went to school and I'm enjoying myself. You get my point? The way I'm enjoying in my own right, without comparing myself with anyone. So go to school and study. If people honor you, to God be the glory. But that must not become taller than your body.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
when people come and say, you sing well, you must not start to really brag around. It's like when they come to you, one day you prayed for someone and God used you for that person to be healed. You can't go around and say, I'm a healer, I'm a healer. God will punish you seriously.
So it's a jam, eh? I mean, I just imagine the student, in UNISA there. They are enjoying themselves, eh? So yourself there as the dean of the students?
Look at this.
Yeah.
I am not limited to one institution now.
Oh, okay.
I'm,
You are independent.
I'm available.
You
I'm
enjoy
available.
independency.
I'm
That's what you
available
have been.
as Dr.
Yeah.
Convey.
Yes.
Dr. Convey is no longer just my identity. It's an institution.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a brand.
I'm available
Yeah.
to serve society. I'm not limited to one institution. So students at UNISA, they write to me. Students at TUT, students at UCT, students at whoever,
Okay.
any citizen. Some students happens outside the country, in various parts of the continent, they write to me. There are places where some of the books where I've done a forward are being sold. So they read and they hear about what I do and they write to me. So I'm available to nations of the world. By the way, I'm not only I'm not a South African. I'm staying in South Africa.
Yes,
I
but you're international.
I can travel and establish myself
accessible
in the UK.
Yeah.
The Queen, may her soul rest in peace, will not stop me.
Yes.
I mean, it's not a place, it's God's place. Are you with me? Nobody owns the world.
So
I can travel.
There are no boundaries actually where you live in yourself. I mean, really, you are very independent.
Here's the key. You must just respect processes and approaches. Where you don't agree, you express yourself freely. Nobody must stop you from expressing yourself. So if I want to go to the US, Joe Biden can't stop me. He does not. US is not his. It belongs to God. He is a president of that nation. I must respect the laws there, get in there, establish myself. You can be anywhere. And that is why I want to say to young people, this thing, you want to be married, go where you were born, where you were. You're limiting yourself. When you wake up tomorrow, you find that there's a place called Ethiopia, where people are so beautiful as if they have been plastered. And you will regret. So before you get into obligations, travel the world, explore, and see what is happening in other countries. Unlike worried about 9 provinces. Hey, I'm from Mpumalanga. Every time in Mpumalanga, I'm Mpumalanga. No, sometimes break the shell. Go to places. Go visit Angola, visit Malawi, visit Namibia, visit DRC. Go and see gold, diamond, protruding on the ground, unlike seeing it at American Sweets in the mall only. And you see it's on your land, and you start to think bigger than you've been thinking now.
You see what it's talking about. It starts with being independent. I know exactly what it's talking about. It is the reason why I am where I am today.
Yeah,
we share the same sentiment, the same principles, Doctor. Believe me, a lot of people, they are not actually realizing their dreams. Reason being, they rely on other people.
Yeah, and they are afraid
that they should do things. Yes, during my days while I was an employee, actually, what I'm doing it's a calling. I just want just to give you a bit.
I know,
because it will be a subject for another day.
Yeah,
very interesting. It's just that you are invoking me to say these things. Believe me, Doctor. Yes. By the time I was an employee, on my upgrowing, I never ever felt it in my system that I will have to die being an employee.
Yeah. I thank
Meaning
God
that
for that
I was born as a businessman.
As a lead.
As a leader. Let me tell you, I can refer you all places I've worked. They couldn't stand me. Because I'll call a spade a spade. And people, they are scared of that.
Yeah.
If you tell him the truth, for the fact that he's your boss or he's your superior, he won't allow you to do that. So this was my principle.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I rather suffer, but still maintaining my pride.
Yeah, limitation is very painful.
But then, if you oppress me now, you insult me now, you beat me up because I'm working for your company, and I'm scared to leave that because apparently I'm being abused, and I'm scared because I know that I won't have money to put food on the table for my family.
Yeah.
Then it means I'm living as a slave. I'm in slavery.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Once I better become independent. I rather leave your job, and I know that I'm still having my pride.
Don't be afraid to be embarrassed.
Yes.
For something, embarrassment is the best step ladder.
Yeah.
To self-discover.
Yes.
Yeah. When you realize that I am really. Sometimes when you realize that everything seemingly is stuck, that's where all of your senses start to work well. Yeah. So some people want to really be compliant everywhere. No. Be free. As long as you do that with respect, you do that with open mind. You do that with willingness to learn
and
from
you
others.
know what you want to achieve.
And you are not harmful to anybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, then we're
Yes.
talking.
Then you can,
We're talking.
yeah.
All
No,
of
it's
us
fine.
are like that. All of us are
We'll
like that.
arrange another meeting where we'll be purely straight talking about all those things,
At your
because you know
service.
you have
At
invoked
your
me. That one, me push and lose Rami,
At your service.
let's come to your view.
Yeah.
When it comes to the issue affecting deaf people,
Yeah.
what is your view? Because do you think the government or we as the normal hearing people, are we doing really enough
Yeah.
to accommodate deaf people?
Yeah.
Are we socializing with them?
Yeah.
I know you are a Christian.
Yeah.
Unless otherwise I have missed something, now you became a pastor.
Sure.
But today is Saturday. I can give you a homework to say that tomorrow when you go to church, please call me immediately after church service and tell me how many deaf people were part of that church segregation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Believe me, if you can just come back and say we had one, I'll bet with you.
Yeah.
I'll bet with you. I'll give you some money.
Yeah. How much?
I know
How much?
500 rand.
Yeah,
And
you
make
can-
sure. No.
you can somehow give me
hold
to-
on,
give
hold
to
on.
me now.
What you do,
Yeah.
you snap a video
Sure.
with that person, interview during the church service.
Yeah.
I'm saying this because we as Soulini Academy, we have done the research. We know that it's rare, and we are not accommodating, we are not recognizing, as if deaf people are not part of us.
Very true.
Whereby we were supposed to look when you go to church, the pastor is preaching there,
Very
and only to find that if ever a deaf person decides to go there, he won't be able to comprehend, to understand what is exactly the pastor is talking about.
Very
And
true.
deaf people, they also deserve the word of God.
Very true.
They are children of God as well.
Very true.
So my question is that, what is your view when it comes to deaf people? How, the government, what is it that do you think should do?
First of all, I think I must appreciate your question.
Thank
and
you.
I was just pulling your leg earlier on. We will score 0. We'll score negative on your assignment because, first of all, generally in society, when a person is born with something we are not used to,
Yes.
we condemn them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we condemn them. I know it's even worse in my own language. When a person is born not looking more or less the same like me or like someone else, we condemn them. So by doing that, we already cut them off
Yes.
from
Our society.
from society.
Yes.
So that is the beginning and the end of how we treat people who are differently abled than ourselves. You see? So my view will be that, and therefore, when you now ask about the role of government or what government is doing now,
Yes.
it's already at the very tail end of the problem. Because even at home, some of the parents are not owning up to their own family members who are having different forms of disability. Some of them, they hide them. Yeah, they are not allowed to come out of their homes. Some of them, they ill-treat them. So my view will be any human being, for as long as God has allowed you to be alive, it means we have a responsibility to recognize you, number 2, to take care of you, number 3, to work with you and live with you. So people who have got deaf situations, they deserve as best as anybody who does not have that deserves.
Absolutely.
In all kind of ways. Whatever I have access to, they must also have access to it. Or whatever they have access to, I must also have access to that. The only challenge is that we are better off today that we can talk about this and begin to plan on how those who are not deaf must understand them, and those who are deaf must understand the other people, so that we can have a livelihood, so that there can be interaction.
Absolutely.
There could be relationships and socialization without looking down on the other, and without
that this person is less privileged.
yeah, and without
is
undermining the other. I don't want it to sound like I am narrowing things here, but I can tell you, all of us are disabled.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what.
There's no human being who's not disabled.
On our first episode,
Yeah.
I had a deaf guests.
Yeah.
That is exactly what I was telling them. That
Yeah.
all of us, we have got disability.
Yeah, all of
Yes.
us are disabled.
Yes.
So if you feel your disability is better than the disability of the other, don't use that as an instrument of oppressing the other. You see, use that as an instrument that you can benefit the other person. Yeah, so we must be a brother or a sister's keeper in our lives.
100%.
Whatever we do must be to the benefit of the other. So my take in general with regard to attitude towards people who are deaf is that we need those who are the opposite must resolve that I want to know more about the world of the deaf so that I can also benefit from there and feel pity about them.
And while we are still on that, I'm going to explain or to tell you more as to how you could benefit instead of just feeling pity.
Exactly.
Pitying deaf people.
Because that's the problem. When we see a person as more disabled than ourselves, most of us, our first reaction is pity.
We pity them.
Our first reaction must be to say, how can I learn from this person? And is there anything that they expect from me? So you must start from a relationship point of view. So when you greet them, you must greet them.
Absolutely.
And fumble forward.
So you fumble forward.
Yeah, fumble forward. Fumble forward. I arrive there and
you soldier on.
And I think you are deaf. I must just greet you, hello. And if you are not responding,
and that's a way of learning, eh?
Yeah.
Without interacting, there is no way you could learn. You have to engage.
You will find yourself speaking sign language because you will do natural things towards them. Because a minute you realize it's them, hello, and they're not responding, you start to do something like that.
Seeking
attention. So in the process, you're starting to interact and relate, and you might learn one or two things, and they might
100%.
benefit from you.
I'll tell you a very touchy story, Doctor, together with the viewers out there.
Sure.
You see, I was very touched, deeply touched, way back in 2015. There is this teenager called Kale Springgate.
Okay.
He's in Durban.
Yeah.
Believe me, I'm talking about a teenager here.
Yeah.
You could just imagine, this one was so resilient.
Yeah.
He behaved almost the same way the youth of 1976 did.
Okay.
Taking it to the street.
Yeah.
This teenager had the guts to take the provincial health department and the national department to court.
Yeah.
And fortunately enough, DEFSA, Deaf Federation of South Africa, was there to support him.
Yeah.
They just, organized the lawyers and stuff like that.
Sure.
What is it? Some of, the things which this teenager was fighting for, it was the consideration or the implementation of sign language as a subject in schools.
Sure.
And believe me, he accomplished that. Came 2016. President Ramaphosa proclaimed that now, it is official. It's a subject in schools.
Yeah.
So you could just see.
It's not made compulsory.
It's not made compulsory. You understand what I mean?
Other subjects that are foreign are made compulsory.
Yes, because at the end of the day, also really, if we'll say it's compulsory, once they also manage to change the curriculum, because the curriculum will make it, better understood and accommodate these deaf people. Will be covering all. It will be inclusive.
Yeah, you don't have to change curriculum. You have to include the subject.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm saying it's not compulsory because the issue is why make sure that every television program that matters has got an interpreter, but you don't want to teach the same language at schools. Why do you make sure that every government or activities has got an interpreter, but you don't want to teach that at school? I'm saying if this is the way to go, then make it compulsory.
And that's exactly what Mintiro Balabula at Nsoboleni Academy. That's what it's standing for.
Yeah, I think I would also encourage ACO to partner with you.
Absolutely, we'll appreciate it. That will appreciate. Look, the first partner on board.
Yeah, so let's partner.
So I'm still coming to that, Dr. Baloyi. And furthermore, you will remember now. I wonder if, obviously, I know that you are well informed. You are aware of this, proclamation.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Made on the 26th of May 2022.
Of the 13th language.
Absolutely, 12th language to be included. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying 13 is also
It is very smart.
actually, the language, sign language must be number one because all of us are signing before we speak. Yeah, from hospital after birth, nobody was
Also,
born.
that's your reasoning. That's
No.
your reasoning of saying it's a 13th language.
Yeah, actually, it's number one
Yeah.
because all of us were born signing. I mean, after being born, nobody speaks. If a
We
child
couldn't
can
talk,
start
yeah.
to speak at the
Yeah.
hospital, you will all run out.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we born signing.
Yes.
We are sign language people, and then we are taught a language of a community.
Yes.
When we meet with adults.
Eh.
So you have sign language in your body.
Yeah. So what
It's
was
number one.
Yeah. What was I wanted to say is that eventually, because we as in Sobolini Academy, that's really what we are striving for.
Yeah.
We started, we engage ourselves into in this journey to make sure that deaf people are heard.
Yeah.
By the way, we are the voice of the voiceless. We are their voice.
Sure.
We are pioneering their problems.
Sure.
We once had a meeting way back with Dr. Smelani from Basic Education.
Sure.
And the reason was we wanted, to join hands with them, the basic education.
Sure.
It was together with Umalusi.
Yeah.
That, remember, Sobolini Academy falls under higher education.
Sure.
By the way, we are fully accredited by ETTPC. We are not a fly-by-night institution.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
So we're just talking, wanted them to join hands with us to see to it that, this sign language, it has to be done in all levels, in all schools.
Yeah.
Because we strongly believe, we've got a view, we believe that these things, if it could be done from the, early childhood development, it could be much easier. You can just imagine, Dr. Baloyi, it's not going to be easy that much, unless otherwise you are really devoted in knowing something. But, children, they learn very quick.
Yeah.
They grab it immediately.
Yeah.
And that automatically, it was going to become easy because we were going to deploy an interpreter who was going to work hand in hand with a normal hearing teacher in class.
Yeah.
So both peoples, they benefit.
Yeah.
Deaf people, to avoid the segregation, where you'll say that this class is mainly for deaf people. That's a segregation itself. It doesn't feel good. It's hilarious.
Mina, I come from a different angle.
Yeah.
We must reach a stage where freedom is freedom. If I'm fall under a deaf person,
Yes.
and I want to have a class where I'm not mixed with any other person.
Yes.
I should have freedom to say I need a class.
Yes.
Where so it shouldn't be like by choosing that I'm trying something else. There must be that freedom.
Yeah.
Because not everybody wants to be part of others when it comes to certain specific things. I'm just saying when we reach maturity, it must not be a problem when every school has got a fully fledged process for people who want to run excellently on a deaf path of learning. There's nothing wrong. It's just that some people will argue it will be expensive and the like, and on whose account? Yeah. So that's basically the situation. But I support your commitment and your undertaking.
Yeah, I would like to hear your parting words.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah.
What is your parting word?
Let us be human beings. Let us be human beings. Don't become an animal. Just be a human being. When you are a human being, you will think like a human being, and you start to do things that human beings do. And human beings are born to be a blessing to the other human beings. Yeah. If you resign from being a human being, you operate as something else. You will start to exhibit anger, wrath, unnecessary emotional things, and you will cause problems in this earth, and you will not help us. So become a human being, and you will enjoy programs like this one, and you will contribute better for the sake of others. God bless you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Wonderful. That's great.
Amen.
You have heard it, viewers. You have heard it. This was great. We were graced, by Dr. Convey Baloyi. And we have reached the end of this podcast. I would like to say Kanimamba Wakaino.
Amen.
Listen, viewers, make no mistake. Sobolini Academy, this podcast is actually powered or funded by Mgingeriko General Service, as you can see there.
Yeah.
And also Sobolini Academy.
Yeah.
So I'm advising you now, I'm giving you a tip. If you want to see your business flourishing, it's about time you come to Nsobo Learning Academy. You come to Mintiro Yabalabula at podcast Nsobo Learning Academy.
Yeah.
Come and advertise with us. You will see a difference. Remember, we have got about 4 million deaf people in South Africa. So you can just imagine how many people you'll be reaching out. It's about time you also gain supporters, you gain business from deaf society.
Sure.
Thank you very much. Kanimamba.
Amen. Amen.